Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Those of you joining us live on Ambassadors TV Liberia. We are coming to you from West Africa, Liberia, this afternoon. And today we're going to be looking at one of the major trending things within our country, Liberia, that have to do with the usage of Kush drugs in Liberia. How we can help to eradicate end this kind of a usage of drugs within Liberia. So, ladies and gentlemen, those of you joining us by the way of our YouTube channel on Ambassadors TV, want to say thanks for joining us live this afternoon, and we do appreciate all of you for joining us. So, at this particular junction, let us bring to your screen this video on how Kush is using, especially
now boys some colors. I know my love and the boy that boys some colors. Greet me for road and no answer. I hear you. If you chat me, I read and no reply. I know my colors. Living young and that wow, boys some colors. What is going on? This is more. Boy say go colomenta, boy some color, boy some colors. I am being the boy some colors. So touch my phone, your colors, to be what colors, to part.
Sit down, yeah, sit down. Sit down.
Go also, yeah, go also.
Wait for you, go inside. Sit down. You wait for you, sit down.
So, folks, we just watched a couple of videos on how drugs is using our young people here in West Africa, especially to be precise, Mama Liberia. You know, looking at the usage of drugs in Liberia seems to be one of the trendy and most dangerous things ever in the history of our beloved country, Mama Liberia. And the one way we can help to eradicate or end this kind of a thing in Liberia, I would like to share with you few informations on how the usage of drugs has destroyed the lives of many young people today in West Africa, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and the rest of it. So let us look at the definition first of drugs. The usage of drugs is like any other substance can potentially impact people, especially young individuals, in various ways. Why we fight through this maze? Physical and mental health. It says, including Kush drugs, can have adverse effect on physical and mental health, particularly when used during formative years of adolescence. The developing brain is more susceptible to the potential negative impact on drugs and cannabis usage as well. This one says academic performances, substances use, including Kush drugs, can interfere with academic performance and educational attainment. Regular drugs usage can impair memory, concentration, and motivation. Okay, folks, let us get back to that. So when we talk about Kush drugs that have to do with a harmful substance in the lives of especially the young generation, if we as a people can help to eradicate and end this kind of a struggle when it comes to the usage of drugs, then we should be willing to put our feet to the fire to do the right thing that we have to do. I'm speaking as a case study from my country, Liberia, where I'm from myself, because the usage of Kush drugs in Liberia is one of the major challenges right now. Young people on a daily basis of life, they are getting affected. They are getting intimidated because of what they are getting involved with. If we as a people can help to eradicate those things, to stand against and fight, we can definitely have a better Liberia that we all can count on. Because what we are looking at today, it depends on what we have as a people. Every generation, the young people is the backbone of that generation. So if the young people continue to sit and not doing anything, we will not help to contribute to any the use of drugs in our various countries. What we can do at this particular moment is for the government and the agencies of the agencies that are responsible to fighting drugs, agents that are responsible to be able to make sure people that are bringing in those substances are tracked down and detained, and to also provide evidences as to where they are taking these kind of substances from. Liberia, that we know, since the 14 years of civil crisis, it is not a Liberia today. Liberia have become so violent in some of the ways that today we ourselves we don't understand. If Liberia would get better, if we would transform our nation, it depends on you and me. Because in every given society, the young people seems to be the foundation of every given nation. So if the young people, especially from Africa, starts to live on drugs, starts to feed on drugs, their academic performances will be dull. They won't be able to concentrate. But rather, what happened would be the drugs that they are using will also destroy their future. And this is what's happening now in West Africa, especially. Just imagine you taking Kush. And Kush, after you take it in Liberia, is sold for $100. $100 in USD would be like $1. So the dollar you will use to get that identical substance, if you take it and consume it, in less than 30 minutes, it starts to perform within the system. But what can we do now to be able to work together as a team? Because if the foundation of the young people of Liberia is being destroyed, there is no possibility, there is nothing we can do. So the best that we can do now as a people is to be able to contribute to the development of our nation in the place where young people capacity can be more strengthened in bringing hope and peace to where it is needed. Liberia is all that we have. If we leave this country and we get to another country, we become foreigners. So we should be waiting to transform our nation. No one will make us better as a people, but rather we should be in a place that we can set positive examples. But today in Liberia, we have observed that there is a serious challenge in place to find ourselves. But should we sit back and let the young generation be destroyed? No, it's not the kind of a dream that we want to see. It's not the kind of a Liberia we want to see. But today we all are fighting for Liberia that we all can be proud of. Liberia is the only country that we have. The young people of this nation needs the effort of government to be able to chase after those who are bringing the substances to the country. Should we sit back for our young generation to be destroyed because of Kush drugs? All the narcotic substances in our country? Should we sit back and look at them? We should be proud of it. It's not the kind of Liberia that we dream about. It is not the kind of Liberia that we ever anticipated on. But today, our nation has gone to the place that we no longer see the true reality of what we determine to see as a people. Let us watch this video, man. Let us watch this video. See what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and right now we're calling on the president. Yeah, to help us with our young Liberian. This is Spark and Play Star. Yeah, this is Spark and Play Star. Don't move on your brother on the water. Yeah, hey, whip. Yeah, it's that. This is a time it takes spark and break your neck. That's fire. Yeah. This is fire. Yeah. Spark and break your neck.
So, folks, you just watch two separate videos how Kush treats people who consume it. Most of the people you see in the street today, it was not their negligence to be in the street, but because the kind of society we find ourselves in today has driven us in a place that today we no longer see the need of improving the lives of young people. Should we continue to sit back and say, oh, this thing is not about me, but what can we do as a people? What can we do as a nation to be able to end the substance? If we can have a better Africa, it depends on us. We can transform our nation. We can make our nation better if we as a people decide to put our feet to the fire to do the right thing. Let us forget about what people will say to us. Liberia is definitely suffering on a daily basis. And we can only overcome those struggles of our nation if we work together as a people. You know how many persons are being affected? How many young people are being affected because of drugs today? Should we sit back and start to look at them? It will also be a harm to us. Even when you're walking in the street, you have your phones. Somebody can just walk to you and just take it away from you. This is the kind of Liberia. We don't want it today. We don't want it tomorrow, and we don't want it yesterday, and the future ahead of us. It's time that we forget about politics and look into this. This is not about politics, but what can we do to help the young people? Drugs, this Kush thing is killing the young people every day. Just imagine 3 years old become an addict to drugs. You won't believe that. It is the kind of Liberia we dream about. But we as a people should be waiting to transform some things, man. So let's take this video and we will definitely call it a day for you joining us today.
Now voice of color. And you're below the boy, voice of color. Greet me for the answer.